Alright, let's look at some of these apps that we have to offer. So we're just on mapsplusapps.com. We scroll down. We see our super awesome about section. Please take time to read that. We really do care, and giving back is a priority. We really want to make sure that we are getting GIS into the hands of as many people as possible. People use it on a daily basis and don't realize it, but if they do realize it and are able to take advantage of that, we're able to do some pretty powerful things and get some, important information into the hands of people that need it. So, okay. So let's look at this local government section. And remember, we're always adding new apps and maps because every situation is different, and each of these are going to be catered to that situation. So in this gallery, you're going to see some examples that are just, they're just vanilla, and they're not really applied to a certain city or anything. They're just to give you an idea of, hey, this is an option. That's what our gallery is here for, is to give you ideas. But where you take that is really up to you, and specific to your organization. Okay, so let's see which one. Okay, let's look at this events. So here we have quite a few. So we have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the starting point here really is going to be the permit request. So a citizen is going to come here, and this can be on your website, it can be an app on their phone, it doesn't really matter. We can put it wherever you need it, but the idea is that they come and they can fill in this basic information that you need, and it doesn't have to be basic, it can be pretty complex, and this one probably is a little more complex. See, we can choose from event type, so if you need drop-down boxes, we can do that. And then, it's just asking the basic information, who they are, what they're going to be doing, when they're going to be doing it, for how long. And then here we have a lot of options. And so, this might be specific to larger cities, but, if there's food served, we want to know, is that, is that health code regulated? Do they have a permit for that? Same thing with fireworks or security. So that's really what you're getting here is that information of, what are they doing and what kind of approvals are they going to need? And so they fill in all the information, and right here they're able to attach an event map. And so we'll come back to that in just a second. On here, they're going to put their location. So let's do a locate me and allow that, and it's going to find where I'm at right now. So that's easy enough, and then they're just going to submit that. So let's go back up to the top and let's put in some example information. So event name, we'll just call it Big Day. The event type, how about it's a charity, description, raising money for charity. Website, let's just do mapsplusapps.com. Place or venue, let's call it downtown. Address, North Street, St. Louis. Location description, let's put in the park. The county, St. Louis County. Sponsors, we'll just leave that blank. Contact name, we'll put Jim Halpert. Contact email, info@mapsplusapps.com. Start date, let's say it's today. and the end date is going to end tomorrow. Okay, so scroll down more. All right, let's answer some of these questions. Annual event, sure. Open to the public, of course. Food, yep. Alcohol, we'll say no. Amplified sound, so yeah, we're going to have some good bluegrass music going on for sure. Fireworks, no. We won't have any structures, and there won't be security needed. We won't have medical. Trash, yes. Restrooms, sure. Attendance, let's say 1,000. Admission fee, $5. Date submitted, it's already on today. That's how you select the time. You press the clock. You can go back to the calendar by pressing the calendar. Okay, so let's leave this right here and wait to submit. We're going to go back to Maps plus Apps, and we're going to look at this event sitemap maker here for you. So here is one that's downtown St. Louis. It's in the park. You can see that if you click this button right here, we can add more options. Or you can use preset values. So we can put in big day, location description, in the park. Time set up is be today at, let's say 3 p.m. Be taken down tomorrow at 5 p.m. So this is going to preset a lot of fields for us. So let's move this ATM. Let's click it and put it right there. So right here you see that's already pre-filled. So when you're making a map and you have, a lot of points to place, it's really nice to have it pre-filled. That's going to save you time. So we'll save that. And you see this status button, that's going to come into play in just a minute. When we look at the manager, they're going to have the opportunity to approve that location of that ATM or that medical tent or that, that stage. So, and then you have the map made, you can print it. So go to print, and this is going to print to a PDF, or you can choose any of these, but by default it's going to be a PDF. You can choose the layout. There's a lot of different choices here, and whether or not you want to have the legend and all of that, that's where this is going to come into play. So let's do this portrait. If you click Advanced, here are all of those options. So there's that legend button I talked about. You can do a certain extent, a forced, add your copyright, change the DPI, and include attributes. So let's print that and see how it turns out. Okay, and so this can be set up to make this a little cleaner if we needed it to be. And of course, if you do that forced extent on here, then you're going to get the full frame, or the full frame within this image. And I didn't do that just to save time, but you can see how this is extremely helpful, because now I can go back to my permit and I can attach that. And I'm not actually going to do that at this time, but I could. If we open this up for the public to use, then they can create their own maps, and then that's going to save your coordinators time when they go to make the professional one that they're going to send out to the other departments for the permit review. So if we get the public involved in it from this step in making their own maps, then that's really going to save you time. So there would be one side of this that would be the public facing, and then you would have another that would be maybe your coordinator facing, that they could take that public information and update it as needed, maybe per the permit. Maybe they have to move their trash can farther away from the water, something like that. So that would have to be updated. Or if you want to remove the public element, then they can just attach a regular PDF or a doc to this, and then the coordinator can come back to the site map and fill in that information. So let's submit this entry. So it says it's been submitted. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so now we're looking at our map. Okay, so once we're in here, what we're going to do is we're going to be at a specific location. And so we're in East St. Louis right now, or St. Louis, downtown St. Louis, and that's not actually where we submitted our permit. We submitted it at my location. So let's hit that locate button again and get it to find us. There we are. And so now we can see that this has been added to our map. It's this little purple icon, and so that's how the event coordinator is going to know where that new event has been submitted. And our application can be set up so that when a new event permit is requested, that an email is sent to an email address so that we have an alert to know, hey, we need to check this out. So if we click on that, we're going to see all of the information that we just entered in. We click the ... Let's go to our Smart Editor. So from here, we're going to give it a number, and that's going to be our unique ID. Let's give it 1. We scroll down through here. We can choose the type. If a different one was needed, maybe they chose the wrong one. Continuing on down, this is where the data begins to move. On the status, we can change it to submitted, under review, more information required, approved, denied, or other. So let's put it under review. Let's see if everything is as it should be and get the department of approvals that we need so that the permits can be submitted. So let's go to our permit reviewer. And now we see Big Day. So Big Day needs to be reviewed. We click on it, it's going to zoom right to where it's at. And if our map had been constructed in the location that I'm at right now, we would see that. So here is where your other departments can look at what's going on. Let's choose the music performance so that we can be in the same location. So they can look at what's going on and see the location of your security, your health, your restrooms, any of those types of things. Maybe your fireworks going off. And here they're able to submit comments. So they enter in their personal name, what organization they're with, so fire, health, parks, planning, police, public works, any of those. And then what their concern is, what their comment is. And if they approve that permit, their date submitted, and then you hit submit. So let's say Dave Austin, he's with EMS. He's going to say everything looks good to go. Set up should be 30 minutes sooner. Action taken. Approved. Submit. And so as those line up and you see that all of the permits have been approved, then you go back to the events coordinator who's really at the top of this chain, let's do okay, so on this one, this music concert that I had previously put information in for, let's change that to approved and save it. Okay, now that's approved. Then our last application out of the 5 is going to be our events calendar. So the public can come here and they can see the events that are going on in the community, can automatically feed into another calendar application, but more so this would probably be for those who are looking to add maybe another permit. They could see what's actually, what's going on, what someone else might have set up. Or it could be that they, are checking to see if it's been approved. This is going to be the very first place that you're going to see those approvals come through. So here's the one that we just approved, Music Performance Demo. And you can choose locate in an event near me, so it would show within 1 mile. So let's put us on the map. Say we're right here. So right here there's a fair festival, and it's going to show you the admission, where it's at, and then it's going to have a link to the website where the client or citizen had put that in when they requested it in their permit. There's the music or concert. So then you can also search by date, or click information, and then this is going to give you more detailed instructions. Okay, let's look at this one more time. We started with permit request, so that's going to be used by a public organizer, or event planner, or even a citizen. They're going to put in their request. Right here, and submit it. An option for them would be to make a sitemap using the sitemap maker. After it's submitted, it goes to the event coordinator. Then it's going to go to the permit reviewer, which is right here. The other departments will have an option to add in their information. Other organizations, so health, parks, planning, can enter in the information. They can approve it, deny it, or ask for more information. All of that information is going to come back to your events coordinator, who can then either approve or deny, and then once approved, it's going to show up on your events calendar. All right, I hope that was informational, and that hopefully that could be of some use to some event planners and communities out there that might need a way to streamline that information and make the permit request process a little easier. Of course, we're always here to help. Anytime. We love GIS and we love talking about Maps plus Apps. So give us a call, reach out, and remember, the first one's on us.